So I wonder. Let's get into it, man. So do y'all think Kendra G has finally realized what Kevin Samuels was trying to tell her years ago? Because she's starting to see. She had one video where she was going in. And she was telling the women that their standards is just not realistic. I'm like, oh, really? But if you rewind some years ago, when Kevin Samuels was here, he was trying to tell that to her. And now look at her. She's regurgitating his talking points because now she's starting to realize that he was right. And he was right. Now, people will say, well, he got 2 failed marriages and he was renting out a room. And then I saw the video where his neighbor was threatening to call people on him because of his car was in the way or something he was doing. My thing is, and then they'll say, well, he wasn't really a high value man. He was high value because where he was going. Just his YouTube channel alone gained him over millions of subscribers in a short period of time. He was racking in views, bro. Some views is like 100K views.
A lot of his views are at 1 million now.
That's when he should have got worried, or not worried, but nervous. To anybody who came around him, because he was about to be making some money that he could have got out of that, renting out a room. So what if he was renting out a room? I'm gonna say allegedly, but so what? I think that's brilliant. That's a genius move, yo. To think, you know what? I'm watching my favorite content creators. Okay, this one's cool. This one's cool. I'll rock with this one, and then he put it all together, and he had his own formula as well. Because nobody has their own talking point. You take a little from this, little from that, in the sense of inspiration. But you gotta pay homage. He didn't really do that as much as I wish he would have. He shouted a few brothers out, but he didn't shout the whole manosphere out. The manosphere is pretty much gone. It's pretty much done. O'Shea distances himself. Shout out to O'Shea Duke Jackson, but I've noticed, and he said it in one of his videos, if I'm not mistaken, that he distances himself from that reality. Guess he just don't want all the trouble that's coming behind that and the traffic, the negative energy that's coming behind that. So he like, man, I'm gonna just focus on this celebrity stuff. I mean, I can't tell no man how to move. I was a little late coming into the black manosphere, but I'm glad I came into it because I was like, wow, I didn't know all these brothers was having panels and talking about these issues that all of us are going through as far as us black men and men in general. Then I found out about the red pill community. I was like, wow. Then once I found out about the MGTOW, I was like, man, this is insane. I didn't know like there were communities of this going on the internet. But anyway, I'm getting off subject. My bad, y'all. I wonder if now Kendra G can say to herself, even if she'll never say it on a public platform, that she finally realized what Kevin Samuel was trying to illustrate to her when he was talking to her. Now, I get it. His tone could have been a little bit different. But I guess he felt like he had to be like that because when he wasn't on it like that, and in his earlier stages, because I didn't watch all of his videos, because it became a circus for me, so I just fell back. And then I kind of was like in and out. Every once in a while I would check up on him. He realized, because like I said, in his earliest career on YouTube, he was talking to the men. He was going in on the men. But he realized it wasn't really gaining no traffic. But once he got at the black women and women in general, it was a wrap. It went through the roof. It went through the roof, especially when he had them come on the show and they would ask him to rate them and ask them if they'll, for advice and if they'll find a man. And like he said, which Kendra G is now realizing, in my opinion, is that a lot of women today, and they just got these high standards that's not realistic. They don't even make, half of them don't even make 6 figures, but they want a man to make 6 figures. I saw this one woman say, I forget whose YouTube channel, well, I wish I could remember her name. She was like, So women want a man who makes 6 figures, a man who's 6 feet tall, and a man who got a 6-inch fill in the blank. She was like, well, that's the 3 6s right there. That's the mark of the beast. That's that Dabo. And I was like, oh snap. She's right. I never thought of it like that. I mean, I've heard it. I've heard the whole 6 thing in the past, but I was like, wow, great point there. But what time is it? All right, I gotta keep track of time and my time recording. Okay, so I just wonder, what do y'all think? Y'all think Kendra G is now realizing it? And has she been a success with that? Was she able to find people, to find somebody like one of the, like out of all the women that come to her channel, has any of them found a man since then? Do they got any success stories that they be like, I found my husband and we glad that, you know, I met you, Kendra G, thank you. Has that ever happened? Anyway, y'all let me know y'all thoughts, man. But I think she's now starting to understand. And like I said, in that one video, she was going off on the girls and saying, yo, y'all don't got realistic standards. Because most women today don't want an average brother. They just don't. They don't want it no more. I'm like, half of y'all don't even make over 70K, let alone even 40K. But y'all want a man to make 100K or more. And it depends on his position and job. And see, that's the problem right there. They want a finished product. They don't want somebody that they can build with. And that is the problem. I said, well, then who's going to date all these average brothers? The incels can forget about it. But then on the flip side, who's going to date all these single baby mamas? So it's crazy, man. It's really crazy in today's world now. I don't know what people are going to do, but they're going to have to figure it out.
He would have to forego having the children in his legacy, or he'd have to go find someone who could.
Or it could be a man that might already have children and doesn't want children.
Not my example. That's not my example. That's a different example.
Can I just say this? I respect your insight. I really do. That's why I came on your platform. Okay. But I'm not gonna allow what you think is gonna be for my life to be my life.
Okay, if you allow what I don't know you, lady.
Right, is that, well, my name is Kendra. You said my name earlier.
Lady, Kendra, ma'am, I don't know you.
Okay,
so the thing is, I'm not going to allow you to start getting upset because...
Kevin, I'm not upset. I'm not upset.
You came to my platform and asked me
did.
my opinion. Okay, so to tell me what you're not going to allow me to do, that's not necessary.
I wasn't trying to be rude. I was just ultimately...
But what would you call it? What would you call it? I'm not going to allow what you say to do what?
Because, I mean, listen, I hear you, but I don't... There's plenty of women that I know that have had babies in their 40s, that have gotten married in their 40s,